Hello, welcome yarn lovers. Welcome to episode 7 of Yarning with Mimi. This is my podcast about knitting, crocheting, and all things yarny. I would like to say welcome to returning viewers. Thank you for sticking out with me and returning to watch future episodes. And for any new viewers that have just recently come across the channel, a big welcome to you. I hope you like what you see, what you hear, and if you do, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified of future episodes. My name is Sherry Ann, also known as Mimi, which is what my grandchildren call me. That is why this is called Yarning with Mimi. I just really do love that name. It just has a nice little ring to it, and it sounds so cool to me. You can find me on Facebook as sawood62. I also have a Facebook group. On Instagram. You can find me on Instagram as sawood62. My Facebook group is called Yarning with Mimi. You do need to request to join, but as soon as I get that notification, I will go ahead and accept that request. We have, I think 90-something members already. So far for my subscriptions to my YouTube channel, I think I'm up to 66, which I think it's doubled in like the last couple of weeks. We're still a little slow getting subscribers, so hopefully that'll pick up soon so we can have a giveaway maybe when we hit the 100 or 200 mark. I'd really like to consider a giveaway. I think that would be really fun. I am coming to you from South Texas. I live in Harlingen, really close to the Mexican border. It's really pretty overcast outside today, but it's very muggy outside, so it's still really hot and humid. Also, if you'd like to shoot me an email, I am on Gmail as yarningwithmimi@gmail.com. So please feel free to shoot me an email if you have any questions or suggestions for this podcast. I'd really appreciate it. Looking forward to getting some emails from you. Anyways, let's just jump right in, and we'll start with the segment of my, nonprofit company, Mimi's Kind Knits. I did mention in previous podcasts that I've been making hats for my brother's project. My brother lives in Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada, and he manages a project around the Christmas holidays called Samaritan's Purse. They do fill up approximately 100, if not more, shoe boxes for gifts for children around the country. So I have decided to make hats for that project, and I have finally reached my goal of 100 hats. Last podcast, I think I had about 80, maybe 83, 84 hats. I've since finished that and have hit the 100. Here are a few of the hats. This project is, the hats have to be pretty much gender neutral. They can't be very girly because we don't know whether a boy or a girl will get the shoebox. So even though some of them look a little boyish, they certainly are not too girly looking. So those are a few examples that I've made multiple hats out of for that project. I'm really excited to say that even though I finished that project of hitting 100 hats, I'm right back into making hats again. I have another large-scale project that I'm working on. I have been in contact with the Director of Counseling Services with our local school district, and did share a little bit about myself and my charity knitting and crocheting. And she informed me that they have 17 elementary schools in our district, and they all have needy children at every campus. So she is really happy to accept whatever quantity of hats I can make for them. So I started making hats for that project, and I already have 18 hats made. So I've been on a real hat knitting frenzy these past couple of weeks. Something else I'm also going to put together as a package is a hat and mitten set. Not that it gets that cold down here, truly, but we do have a couple of weeks of cool weather, and you know, I guess the children do like the hats and the mitts. So here is a pair of mitts that I started making. You can see I still need to put the thumb on, but I'll do that just after this video is finished and get that together. That set of mittens will actually go with this hat. And then here's another, this is a girly hat. So I'm not going to be putting pom-poms on these for a couple of reasons. Number one, it just takes more time, and my goal is to crank out the hats as quickly as possible. It uses up more yarn when I can probably get 3 hats from 1 ball of yarn, but if I make the pom-poms, I'll only get 2 hats out of a ball of yarn. So I'm for quantity, quality, and quickness. That's all the update that I have for Mimi's Kind Knits. For now, I've just really been concentrating on working on those hats. I still have some baby blankets and car seat blankets that have been placed on the back burner, but I'll eventually get back to those projects so I can get them out to the Pregnancy Resource Center. This month, September, is also known as, I think it's NICU month, Newborn Intensive Care Unit month, and I have 83 preemie beanies put together. I do have a lady that who is a friend of my daughter's. She actually had preemies and preemie twins in the past, and the she still keeps in contact with the NICU. So she'll be coming to pick up those hats and donating to the NICU, and they're really cute. I have them in a bag. Let me just go get some to show you. Okay, so I have a couple just to show you. Like I said, there's 83, and there's so many different colors and variations. But this would be for a little boy. This is crocheted. It has the little rim right here. It rolls up, and then I guess as he gets bigger, you can roll it back down. This one's for a little girl. It has the little scalloped edges along the bottom. This one was actually made on a knitting loom. It is double, so it can be reversible. Isn't that cute? And I have a friend who also had a preemie baby, and here's an example of what she makes. Look at those cute little ears. And so she made a few pink and a few blue. So those will be going to the NICU in the next little while. Alright, so that's it for Mimi's Kind Knits. Let's jump right into FOs, finished objects. I don't have very many more because, like I say, I've made almost 40 hats in the last couple of weeks. So those pretty much are my finished objects. But I did come across a cute little YouTube tutorial. Every now and then when I'm just surfing YouTube, I come across some really cute tutorials, and then I just stop what I'm doing and pick up the yarn and start making some cute little things. So I did come across one. It is called Quick and Easy Crochet Mug Coasters by Kitty's Creations, and they look just like coffee mugs. These are made with 100% acrylic yarn, as it was in her video. However, you can make these with cotton or any worsted weight yarn. And this is what they look like. Isn't that cute? It's a coaster, the shape of a coffee mug. There's your coffee and your mug, the handle. So I made a set of those. Not sure who's going to get them yet. Another cute little project I found is an amigurumi. It is a kitty cat, and it is a free pattern from Repeat Crafter Me, crochet cat. Anyways, here is the little cat. It has safety eyes and safety nose embroidered on whiskers, And the tail I have stuffed with a pipe cleaner, so it curls, or you can bend it down, whatever you want. So there he is. I have since made 3 more, and those have been gifted out to my friends at work for their daughters. I do have a pair of finished socks. I have been working on mating up all my socks that I have works in progress, and so I did finish a pair for my son, and these are it. They look big, but he's a big boy. He's 17 now. So here are the socks. I did finally finish them. I really do enjoy making socks, and there was a pair of socks that I wanted to start because I had some really pretty yarn, and I told myself I wasn't going to let myself start another pair of socks until I finished a pair. So I needed to get one pair off the needles before I put a new pair on the needles. So here's the new pair that I started. You can see my progress keeper there. Actually, what I do is these are plain vanilla socks. I do a 2x2 ribbing for 25 rows. I use size 1 US needles, and then I do 50 rows, and so I put my stitch marker, or my progress keeper, this is a little teacup or teapot, and every 25 rows I put my stitch markers, so that way I don't have to count them all the time. Anyway, so I did start the heel. I do a heel flap gusset for my socks, and that just works out really nice for me. I have come across a pattern for an afterthought heel, and I think I might enjoy it. I haven't attempted it yet, but I will probably do so in the future. This is the yarn that I'm using. It's cream and rusty color. It is, my goodness, can't pronounce this. It's from Needle and Spoon. It is an Etsy shop that I ordered it from, and it is called Sparkle. It is a 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon fingering yarn. Of course, this is washed by hand and lay flat to dry. So these will either be a pair for myself or a pair for one of my daughters for Christmas, but we'll see about that. Well, it seems like I've already jumped into the works in progress with the socks, and I've also showed you the mittens that I started working on. Another project that I am working on is I have a coworker whose daughter is in baseball, and they have requested that I make 10 hats for their baseball team. I think it's baseball, and it's the Bobcats. So those hats will be black, yellow, and white. I think the main color will be black with a yellow and white stripe. I've already made one and sent it with the mom to show the daughter to see if it's the design that she wants, and she'll get back to me and let me know what changes she wants me to make. I do have another finished object, which when I planned this video was a work in progress, but since I finished it, I'll show it. It is a spiral bun hat, and it's like a messy bun hat, but when you put it on, it goes in spirals. This is crocheted, and here's the tie in the back. You tie it into a bow, but you can scrunch it up to whatever size your bun is. And that is called the Spiral Bun Hat, which I got from an Annie's Crochet magazine, Fast, Easy, Fun Crochet. I got this at the bookstore, and there's over 50 projects in there, and this is the hat. You can see that, and here's what it looks like on the back. I still am working on the poncho that I showed in a previous video. I just haven't gotten a lot done on it due to working on all of the hats that I've been working on. But I would have had that finished by now. It's not a very long project. It just takes some time to do, and all I need to do is concentrate on it, and I can whip that out pretty quickly. So when I get more done on it, or when I get it finished, I'll show you the finished object. Okay, well, that's it for my works in progress right now, because like I say, I am concentrating on the hats project for a while, for the next few months anyway, so I can get those out around Thanksgiving and Christmas time. Our coolest month is probably January month. So I'll make sure I have at least 100 or more for them by then. I will divvy them up and distribute them in batches. The director of counseling services meets with her counselors once a month. So each month I'll have some so that they can distribute to the schools that need them. Okay, so that's it for FOs, finished objects, WIPs, works in progress. Let's jump into acquisitions. I did not buy a lot of yarn this couple of weeks. The only yarn I've acquired is the yarn that I need to make the hats for the baseball team. And then my monthly subscription knit crate came in. Here's the box it comes in. And this is the yarn that I got. Oh, it's looking more orange than what it really is. It is, well, actually, I guess it is pretty orange. It is Vita Lana by Knit Crate, and the colorway is Pimento. Well, that's a good name for this color. It is 70% superwash merino wool, 20% silk, 10% cashmere. It's sport weight. Does it ever feel soft? And it smells very nice too, like a clean wash smell. So, not sure what I'm going to make with this. Maybe a shawl. But it's tonal. It's got the different tones of orange and red in it. It's very nice. Okay, I guess that's really it for today. Not a very long episode, but we did go over the things that I've completed and projects that I will be working on. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, please remember to hit the subscribe button. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all again in the future. I do want to remind you to show kindness, share kindness, and happy yarning. Bye-bye for now.